So guys, what is going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, we're not far away now. We're not far away. We're about, what? Probably about 28 hours away. Probably 30, sorry. Not, yeah, about 28, 29 hours away from the big fight. Canelo Alvarez v Billy Joe Saunders. We had the weigh-in. Both guys weighed in. We've got a fight for the belts. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this fight for a very long time. And Billy Joe Saunders is finally getting his opportunity. Finally getting his chance. You know, there's some fighters where you just think that they'll never get their chance. You're intrigued because they've been fighting competition and they've been winning and they've been looking decent. Nothing special, but there's a lot of talk about they're very talented, they're very good, they're very special. And Saunders has been like that here in the UK, where people are saying, oh, he's talented, he's good, but people have been frustrated. He's not really lived the life. He's not really fought the top guys. And everyone's like, this guy, he's wasted his career and, he's overrated. Some people say, some people don't like him. Some people don't think he's very good. But over the years, he's built up an undefeated record. He's 30-0. He's not been beat. He's fought some okay fighters. Don't get me wrong. He hasn't been in there with the elite. But he's managed to win. He's been hot and cold. Not been consistent. But he's looking in great shape. He's talking a good game, and that's always. And you know what? One thing about Billy Joe Saunders is that he believes what he's saying. He may not win tomorrow or Sunday morning, but he believes what he's saying. He's not talking rubbish. You can tell that he's confident and he believes. He's got a game plan. He knows exactly what he needs to do. Now, knowing what you've got to do and executing it are two different things. And just because you know what you need to do doesn't mean you can execute it, because you've got another guy that's looking to derail your plans in there. But I do think Saunders is very confident. I do think Saunders is very, very confident, and he believes he genuinely believes he's gonna pull this off. And you know what? Looking at him, his confidence, looking at his physique, looking how great he looks. Canelo looked great. Let's talk about the weigh-in. Canelo looked great. Canelo looked chiseled. Canelo looked in great shape, as he always does. Canelo never looks not in great shape. To be honest with you, when he fought Callum Smith, or Yildirim. When he fought Yildirim, I thought he looked a bit fleshy. And I said to a few people that Canelo looks a little fleshy, and they said, no, he looks the same. I thought he looked a bit fleshy. He looked good this way, and he looked much better, I thought, than what he looked against Yildirim. He looked a lot more ripped. Saunders probably looks the best he's ever looked, lean. And Saunders used to be a guy that never was ripped, six pack. And recently, I think since he started living the life, or when I mean not living the life, I mean getting a nutritionist in, and being serious about his diet and strength and conditioning, you can see that Saunders, you can see visible abs. He looks great. And by the way, this isn't a bodybuilding competition. This is whether you got skills and you can fight. And Saunders can definitely do that. But it's good to see a guy come in shape, because what that shows is that the guy, especially the guys at the lower weight classes, the heavyweights are different, but the guys at the lower weight classes, what that shows is you put in the work. You've got low body fat, right? Because at the heavyweight, Tyson Fury, those guys, that's heavyweight, right? But at the lower weight classes, it's different. That's why when Saunders comes in as in shape as he is, he's in great shape. He's very lean, ripped, and you can tell he's ready to fight. And by the way, both these guys don't struggle to make this weight. Saunders isn't struggling to make super middleweight. Saunders makes it easy. He's not really a super middleweight. If you see both of these guys, Canelo came in at 167.4. Saunders came in at 167.8. Both these guys made the weight comfortably, right? They're not big they're not big super middleweights. You know, guys like George Groves, for example, he used to struggle to make super middleweight. It used to be hard for him to make super middleweight. You could tell when he went to the weigh-in, he was drained. both these guys, they're not struggling to make super middleweight. They're making it quite comfortably. Chris Eubank's another one who Billy Joe Saunders fought. Again, he doesn't struggle to make super middleweight. He actually says, "I'm having breakfast on the day of the fight." Oh, sorry, the day of the weigh-in. So they don't struggle. These guys are not big super middleweights. They're small super middleweights. You know, someone like George Groves was a huge super middleweight. You know, Callum Smith again was a huge super middleweight. So both these guys are made way easy. There's no struggle because, like I said, they're not natural super middleweights. But what I took away from the weigh-in is the fact that both guys are in great condition. Both guys are coming to fight. But what I saw a confident Saunders and I saw a very, very determined Canelo Alvarez. You could tell, like, he wants to iron out Billy Joe Saunders. Now, a lot of people have been saying that, is that going to get Canelo off his game? Is Canelo going to go in there, be reckless, load up against a boxer, load up against a guy that's slick, that likes to move? And I've been watching clips from Billy Joe. I've watched all of his fights anyway, but I've been watching clips, watching him in more detail. He likes to move a lot. He likes to move a lot, and he's very, very slick. He can be very, very slick. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's a ghost. I don't think he's as slick as what people make him. I think he gets hit. I think he gets hit in fights. The only fight where he didn't really get hit was the Lemieux fight, but that was because of Lemieux was very, very limited. But if you look at the other fights, a lot of people say, oh, he's very slick. He doesn't... Stop going off that one fight against Lemieux. Look at all the other fights as well. The Andy Lee fight, the Chris Eubank fight. You look at other fights that he's had. He gets hit. Martin Murray fight recently, the YouTube undercard fight. He gets hit. Billy Joe gets hit. And against Canelo Alvarez, you might not have to get hit. You might not have to get hit a lot for you to lose the fight. Because he may have to just catch you once clean. Right? And you could be out. Canelo has explosive power. See, the thing is with Canelo, people say he's not a big puncher. Believe me, he has explosive power. He explodes into life. He's explosive power. Golovkin's different. Golovkin's just powerful. Like, he walks forward and every shot's powerful. But Canelo's explosive. So Canelo can catch you with punches you don't see. And that's what they say, that it's the punches that you don't see that hurt. And Amir Khan hit the nail on the head that Canelo's a lot faster than what you think. Canelo's very, very fast. So when he gets close to you, he's very, very fast when he lets those hands out. And he also, Amir Khan also said that he gives you the impression, right, that you're in a slow fight, that the fight's slow paced and he's slow. But when he's throwing those hands, he's really, really fast. And that's what Saunders is going to have to be careful about, is that when he gets close, and also Saunders can't afford to get hit with a lot of body shots because that's going to slow him down. That's going to slow his movement down. And Saunders can't afford for his movement to be slowed down. And that's the other problem why I'm picking Canelo, because Saunders' style is very energy consuming. It's a style that involves moving around, using his feet. Now, that's okay against David Lemieux, who can't cut off the ring and can't get to you. Canelo's going to get to you, right? So now you're not just fighting a guy that's, you know, a big puncher that's going to be hitting you on the arms and the body, that's going to be slowing you down anyway. You yourself have got a naturally energy-consuming style where you're looking to move around. So that's going to tire you anyway. See, Saunders is naturally going to tire over the rounds because he likes to move. When a guy likes to move, you're going to tire. And then when you've got a guy like Canelo, who's a very intelligent bull in front of you all night, hitting you with hard shots while standing right in front of you. So not just draining you physically, but draining you mentally, right? That's a problem. That's a problem. So Billy Joe Saunders is going to have to, as Carl Froch, who was it that said, he's going to have to climb, Bellew said it, he's going to have to climb Mount Everest. And listen, it can be done. Climbing Mount Everest has been done before. It can be done, but it's a big, big ask. It's a big, big, big ask. And when I say big, 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 I mean big. Because he's in against somebody that is elite. Elite. And when I mean elite, I mean he's the elite of the elite. I know a lot of people like to bring up Lara. And by the way, I think Saunders will give him trouble. After watching Saunders in fights, and watching Saunders this week in more depth, going back and watching those fights, watching the Lemieux fight, Saunders does some great things in there. He's got a great jab. He's got a great jab and he pivots very well. The change of direction. Saunders is brilliant at that. Saunders is brilliant at that. There's no doubt this guy's got talent. I just think for me, I just think he's too one-dimensional to beat Canelo. I can't imagine someone like that can only do one thing. And is not a big puncher as well. He's not a huge puncher. I just can't see him outboxing Canelo for 12 rounds. I think there'll be somewhere along the line where Canelo, even if he is getting outboxed, which, by the way, I won't be surprised if Canelo dominates from the word go. It wouldn't shock me. But if Billy Joe Saunders does have success, which I think I think he will, I think Canelo will change the tide somewhere along the line. He'll change the tide. Whether he catches him with a big punch, whether he starts wearing him down, and you'll be able to see Billy Joe, starting to diminish as the rounds go on, starting to tire and show that, he's diminishing. I think it's either going to be a punch that really wobbles him, hurts him, or he's going to diminish. Or can Saunders, like I say, climb Mount Everest? Can he outbox Canelo Alvarez? And by the way, like I said to you in previous videos, he's not outboxing a puncher. He's outboxing a boxer. Canelo Alvarez, to me, is a box fighter. He's a boxer first. He may have been a fighter, boxer, or a fighter years ago. He is now a boxer. A skillful boxer. A very skilled boxer. He's not a guy that's coming just to hit you with one right hand or hit you. No. He's got great head movement, great defense. He's very slick. See, a lot of people say Billy Joe Saunders is very slick. Canelo's also very slick, but he does it in his own way. He does it with doing it in a way where he doesn't consume as much energy. He doesn't do all that extravagant stuff where, he's doing all those, where he's moving around, dancing. He doesn't need to do that. He does it less energy. See, a lot of those guys that have that really flashy, a slick type of style, a lot of these guys get tired. A lot of these guys, they're not the most powerful. Saunders isn't a big puncher, right? And they get tired. They have energy-consuming styles. Very few fighters are able to, exceptional fighters like Ali, Leonard. These are exceptional fighters. But very few fighters that I've seen that have a very energy-consuming style where they're moving around a lot, using their fast hands, they generally get tired. Later down the stretch, they generally get tired. And the thing is with Canelo doesn't waste as much energy. And the problem is, Canelo hits very hard. Billy Joe doesn't have that kind of power. So, after a couple of rounds, Canelo's going to realize if he is getting outboxed, this guy can't hurt me. So Canelo's going to start becoming aggressive and start walking him down. And that's when it's going to become tough. And that's when we're going to see how well conditioned Saunders is, how good his stamina is, how his ability to take a punch. All of those things are going to be tested. I can't see him getting through a fight with Canelo without those things being tested, that what I just said. I just don't see it. I just think Canelo's too good a boxer for those things not to be tested. But I wish both guys best. I wish both guys all the best. And I hope for a great fight. We all want to see a great fight. We don't want to see a stinker. We want to see a great fight. We want to see a fight for the ages. We want to see Billy Joe Saunders go in there and put in a great performance. And Canelo Alvarez put in a great performance. We want to see a fight. We don't want to see a guy get blown out in 2-3 rounds. We don't want to see that. We want to see a proper fight. We want to see how good Billy Joe Saunders is. And that's the intrigue. We already know how good Canelo is. We know Canelo's level. We know he's elite. We know how great he is. We need to see how good Saunders is. We need to see what level he's at. Is he going to be able to pull it off? I don't think so. I don't personally think so. But, you know, I wish both fighters all the best. My prediction is I'm going for Canelo 10th round stoppage. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.